what this person and I chatted about was, how do you actually pick something that you could chase for a decade? All right. So often our job search is just focused on the next let's say the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year. We just need a job, right? That's the phrase that comes up over and over again. I ask someone, what do you want to do? And they say, what do you mean, what do I want to do? And I go, what job do you want? And they say, any job. I go, okay, that's clearly not clear enough. So I say, well, what title do you want? And they list off 3 or 4 titles. Then I say, okay, what industry do you want to work in? And they list off, well, they don't list off anything. They say any industry. And I say, what city? Any city. I say, okay, so you go to a networking event and someone says, how can I help you find a job? And you say, I'm looking for any of these 10 jobs in any city in the world, any industry. Can you help? And the person's completely overwhelmed by the question, so they can't help you. And so what ends up happening is they say, no, I can't help. But if we go into that same networking situation, we say, I'm looking for senior account manager roles at mid-size ad agencies in Chicago, that person knows exactly who to connect you with. So we need to get specific. And in order to get specific, we need to focus. But the problem is that there's this fear, there's this anxiety that happens when we try to focus that much. We go, what if I'm choosing the wrong thing? And 10 years from now, I'm incredibly unhappy. Because chances are, if you were unhappy in your career at one point, unhappy enough to go travel the world, you did do that. You did pick something specific, and it didn't turn out right, and you had to quit 5 years later. Now, I personally think it's okay to pick something and then quit 5 years later. Maybe not every 5 years, but once or twice throughout your career. But we don't want to keep doing it. And so we have to stop and say, well, what did I do last time that got me into trouble? Maybe we didn't talk to enough people to find out if that job was really what we thought it was. Maybe we didn't maybe we didn't move quick enough. Maybe we took a job, knew it was wrong, but stayed there for 5 years because we were afraid of change, or didn't want a gap in our resume, or didn't want to look like a job hopper. We have to see what the things were that we're overcoming, and then we need to set a new path for ourselves. And the question that this person and I asked was, what is a problem that could never be solved in your lifetime, but that you want to chase? Think about that. Think about that as a long-term approach to your career that will make the individual specific next job choices easier, right? Think about a doctor. A doctor wants to help people be healthy. There will never be a point in a doctor's life when everyone is healthy, ever.